Matt, I want you to take a look at this. Tarps, tents, some of the only protection that unhoused community members have in Grants Pass against this wind and rain. Some residents I talked to telling me their laundry is soaked and the rocks here on the ground poking holes in their tents. The floral business next door telling us this house is where police found the victim with multiple stab wounds to his head, neck, and arms. The newest CDC data showing 91 reported norovirus cases the week of December 5th in some U.S. states. Some community members telling me they've had near misses at this intersection. Community members checking out the aftermath of Sunday night's flooding at Coyote Evans Park in Rogue River. Now, some folks telling us that the water extended all the way to the parking lot and the mud on the riverbanks was slippery as grease. Ranked choice voting gives voters the option to rank the candidates on their ballot in order of preference. Eagle Point School District implementing a new transportation system for students. The Rogue Valley Transportation District celebrating its 50th anniversary with a brand new building on its North Medford campus. I'm here with a ball python around my neck at Caveman Critters in Grants Pass. The owners telling me that reptiles can make a fantastic companion with the right care. Friday, folks in Central Point will have the chance to do what I'm doing now, a round of pickleball at Pickleball Heights. It's the Valley's largest designated indoor pickleball facility. Well, McKenna, the passenger I talked to today said he was very shaken up, but he didn't want to make a scene on the flight when he noticed a piece from under the plane's wing was missing. Now, I connected with United Airlines today, and they told me that the plane can still safely operate with this piece missing, but the passenger who I talked to said he didn't know that at the time. As for the piece that was missing, that's the end cap of the flap track fairing. This part covers the inner workings of the flap mechanisms, making the plane more aerodynamic. Salvador Garza was sitting on the right side of a Boeing 737-800 plane on the way to Medford from San Francisco. He saw the missing piece, but waited until landing to tell the crew what he saw.
They're actually questioning my own acuity and perceptions. Am I seeing things or am I losing my cookies? Well, the camera's not going to lie. So that's why I took it upon myself to record.
I reached out to United Airlines today at around 1 p.m. after we got this tip from Garza. They told me the maintenance team was aware of the issue and the missing piece had a write-up on the plane's minimum equipment list. Grants Pass is 2 resting sites for homeless residents, starting the new year wet.
We're freezing our off right now. I am, but my jacket's soaking wet.
Janine Harris has been unhoused in Grants Pass for 4 years. She lives in the resting site at 755 Southeast J Street. Homeless residents have 2 options for campout sites in the city: the J Street site and at 712 Northeast 7th Street, next to the police department. People can camp at each site for up to 1 week, but Harris telling me that's easier said than done.
Moving space to space, especially when the one over by 7th, is no bigger than a postage stamp. You can't fit everybody and make them move.
The city saying Friday they don't provide short-term care to the unhoused. Instead, funding services within the resting sites, like porta potties and trash containers. Mobile Integrative Navigation Team, or MINT, is slated for a grant agreement with the city to operate a homeless shelter. Grants Pass agreed last month to lend $460,000 to Mint to buy the properties at 218 and 220 Redwood Highway. But with a new mayor and council taking control this month, the partnership could be uncertain. Mayor-elect Clint Scherf telling us in November he wants to balance assistance and accountability.
We want to target the people that are doing drugs and that are outside our community so we can make it a little bit safer.
In the meantime, Harris urging the community to have empathy.
They're 1 paycheck away from being out here. Contrary to what they believe, they are.
Reporting in Grants Pass, I'm Liv Collom. A push of a CD can hit you with memories. But in the era of streaming, physical music can be harder to find. Once a major music and entertainment chain, Sam Goody now has 2 stores left, in St. Clairsville, Ohio, and Medford, Oregon, at the Rogue Valley Mall. But with the Ohio location confirmed to close in February, Medford's Sam Goody could be the last in the country. The news sparking nostalgia in Southern Oregonians who sifted through the crates.
My brother said, I think the first album you bought was probably Boyz II Men. He's probably not wrong. It's the independence of I can buy some music that maybe my mom doesn't know that there's an explicit label on it because Sam Goody will sell it anyways.
The store, a first taste of independence for Gen X and Y. Matthew Farrington owns biscuits and vinyl and talent. He says growing up, visiting Sam Goody sparked a lifelong love for music.
They always had everything I was looking for and more, you know. I would just flip through the bins and check out stuff I'd never seen before and kind of get interested in it.
And younger generations telling me they still flock to the store as a place of discovery.
I notice like it brings a lot of different people in there, and I notice everybody's happy when they're in there.
It is important for our younger generations to be able to have access to these older items.
I called the Rogue Valley Mall to ask about the future of their Sam Goody. They told me they're not closing and declined our request to film. I also called the store's parent company, FYE, to confirm. They didn't respond. But Oregon could become the spot on the map for CDs and DVDs, with the last Blockbuster in Bend, and further south, Sam Goody.
There's core memories that still exist from Southern Oregon, and one of them is maybe we are too cool for that. Maybe we will hold on to the last brands that exist here in the U.S.
In Medford, I'm Liv Collom.